guys, welcome back to Fourth Wall Reactions. Today, I'm getting back into some Black Sails. This is Season 4, Episode 8, inching towards the end. At this point, almost all the old alliances are gone, and everybody has it in for Flint. Rackham and the Guthries, targeting Flint. Woods Rogers, Billy, targeting Flint. Israel Hand whispering in John Silver's ear. Flint. So that makes me worried for him. And I just don't know that he survives this story. I know what I like, which is for him to slip away and, they haven't brought up this idea of Thomas Hamilton being alive again, except for just that one time. But we still have a couple episodes to go. Wouldn't it be nice if they were to find each other and just sort of live an anonymous life together? I don't think that's in the cards for Flint. Yeah, I'm nervous for this. So let's check it out. What?
If this plan to secure the cash ends badly for me, you can be certain it will end badly for you.
Listen, I don't like Billy much anymore, but really?
It happened with Gates and Flint. It will happen with Flint and Silver.
Stop. Rescue Maddie. God, I hope they don't kill her just after we found out that she's alive. I would be very mad.
Once we know where she is, we'll have to get her out of there. What happens after all of it? Your plan succeeds and we retrieve her alive. Assume your war begins. I saw what came of Nassau when he was touched by it. He said it was just a transition. There's something better lay beyond it, something meaningful. What if the result of this war isn't beyond the horror? What if it is the horror itself? We'll have the right people in place to lead us through it. And hold the world together while it finds its balance. You think so much of what you and I can accomplish together. You and her. You and Marty.
King and Queen.
I think that you are the best of us.
Oh.
The two of you together on the world in balance.
That is quite something for Flint to say.
And they are growing more and more skeptical by the day that you have anything in the way of a solution.
Well, he just let the Spaniards run wild.
It's worse than that. I know you intend to ransom away that slave woman to Captain Flint and his maroon allies in exchange for the pirates' cache of gems. Did you really believe that no one would find out about it? That I wouldn't find out?
You're gonna get shot.
Your duty is to restore stable profits to Nassau. And the men charged to follow you to that end are already questioning their trust in you. And you are going to have a mutiny on your hands, sir.
Surprised he doesn't already, honestly. It seems like all that he's brought to Nassau has been ruin.
On that rail!
Do I want to see this?
He called me.
Oh!
Well, overnight.
Ah! You suck. Oh no. No, I can't deal with this. Woods Rogers is such a psycho. You are a psychopath.
What are you doing? We bring our guns to bear, you'll think twice about killing them.
Oh!
Bring it up here right now. Go get what?
He didn't know. Oh!
Your plan failed. We're moving on to my plan. Do not repeat your order. Do not think about it.
Just start flinging coins into the ocean one by one. Go dive for it. Oh, it's so pretty. Oh, it's not a decoy. Oh, these two. Well, his plan failed. He's not wrong.
You are Governor Rogers' woman, are you not? I am, which is why I believe you and I may be able to help each other. provide you with information from inside his office. Might help you maneuver your way back onto the council.
I love that she's back. She's so sassy and crafty.
When you asked me if I could help you learn where the governor's ship went, I thought it unlikely I could be of much help. But you will never believe what just walked through my door.
If what it takes to secure her release is to turn over the cash, I'm very glad I brought it with us. Now Julius is back in that camp, pointing to a hole in the ground, telling anyone who'll listen, this is what it looks like when you trust a pirate. Yesterday he had nothing. Now you've given him all he needs to kill this war dead.
We will find a way to put it all back together with whatever we have left at our disposal. But do not ask me to choose between a war and a wife. I do not think you're going to like the answer. I do not expect your understanding, but I demand your support as my partner, as my friend. Do I have it? Yes.
Good. You lying? I hate seeing them at odds, but I mean, honestly, the plan to get her back failed, so I don't know what other plan Flint had up his sleeve. He didn't offer any opposing plan, like...
Jack went to hunt Captain Flint. Chances are good you've seen the last of him.
Ah! I remember when Anne killed Charlotte for a lot less than that.
You killed a friend of mine.
Hey!
Her name was Charlotte. There were men I knew that would have killed you for me. I wanted to ask them, but Max refused. I couldn't tell then if it was because she was afraid of you. I wouldn't have blamed her, I was.
As you should be.
Or if it was something else, despite the world reminding her every day of her life that she's undeserving of being given anything by it. She never believed a word of it. That woman has been fighting the whole goddamn world since the day she was born. She wants to share the spoils with you. You killed my friend. I wanted you to know that.
Damn, Adele. I don't really expect much from Adele because she's not really given a whole lot to do. But man, when she steps up, she steps up.
How well did you know my granddaughter?
Ah,
I knew her well.
intimately, as a matter of fact.
A woman who reminded me of myself when I was younger would arrive in Boston, and I'd walk the Charles with her and teach her the things a woman can do in this world. It's the wrong river and the wrong woman, right? Perhaps to get even this close to a fantasy or something. So now all that's left to know about this venture is who's going to lead it.
I have no idea.
Supremely uncurious, bordering on dim, but fundamentally decent. I'd like to put you in charge of Nassau.
So would she.
And he'd be most amenable to doing whatever else you told him to do.
Exactly. He'd be the face.
I think he would listen to me as an advisor. You think he would listen to me as a wife?
It's the idea.
The toll is small, but it must be paid. Tell me you're ready to pay it. Our partnership may move forward fully formed. Are you ready to do it?
If you leave him alive long enough, he's going to make you pay for it.
Yeah, you need to stop whispering in his ear. Just let these boys work it out themselves.
The crown does not divide. It cannot be shared. You know it. You want it done. You just don't know how to ask yet. You will make no move against him. You will not speak of doing so to any man on this crew, nor to me again. Do it, and you'll answer for it.
I told her I could not agree to it.
Oh!
Told her no.
She needs for there to be a man in the governor's office, and she wants me to be his wife.
His wife?
In name only and for appearance's sake. He said no to Marion Guthrie's plan, because I refuse to situate a man in a position where he might interfere one day with my ability to repair things with you. I am so sorry for working so hard to protect the wrong things. For failing to see that there is nothing important that does not include you.
Oh, they're holding hands. Max has come such a long way.
This ship had been there far longer than that. Captain's log identifies her having set sail from Havana in 1636. 31 souls aboard. Avery finds the remains of all 31. Slaughtered. Brutally so. Evidence that a number of them had been dismembered while still alive. All 31 bodies were found still on the ship, locked inside the hold. Locked from within. They ate each other alive.
Oh. Oh.
Avery.
Mr. Silver, I fear, is compromised in this
No.
regard.
No. Come on.
I find myself in need of a new partner.
Huh. Yeah, so you're dead. Oh, God.
I knew it would come to this. We fight. Only two outcomes I can see. I die, or you die. Either way, he's gonna take me to blame for it. That's how far you've burrowed into his head. He won't put you out of it until he sees you for what you are. Go.
Like on one hand, Israel's letting them do this so he can sort of prove to Silver, oh, see, I was right about him. But then you lose the treasure, which is detrimental to Silver.
Do you see it now?
See, yeah. How could they have not gotten him a new peg leg by now? You, Billy.
Captain Flint killed one of my men and managed to haul the cash to shore. I came in the hopes my presence might buy some time till I am able to remedy the situation.
What sort of remedy is that?
Kill Flint? You're gonna kill Flint.
There was another order, wasn't there?
What else did you tell them to do?
I instructed them to kill Captain Flint.
Yeah. You should be grinning, Billy. You got what you wanted. I broke up the bromance. Well, that was stressful. It was really, really good, but very stressful. A really great episode, though. I would normally leave the big stuff to last, just kind of work up to it, but this whole Flint thing, I needed to discuss it. Just taking it from the beginning of the episode where Flint and Silver were at odds, but I was really surprised in that conversation in the beginning of the episode between Silver and Flint, that Flint sort of like ceded the figurehead to Silver, saying that you are the best one for this new world. Maddie is the best one for this new world, the two of you together. He didn't say king and queen. That's pretty much what it is. Because this whole time, Flint's goal really was for Flint to be the figurehead, the pirate king ruling over everything. I mean, I suppose that could have been a genuine shift. Given everything that's happened, like he would still work to secure a free Nassau, a free society, but step back and have these two rule. I don't know how sincere that was. Now, it seemed totally sincere, but normally I would be on Flint's side. I'm a big Flint fan. I enjoy Flint. I root for Flint. The thing about Flint is he's so good with the other characters, and I think he's really good with viewers at getting you to be on his side, giving an explanation so good that you're willing to overlook stuff. You know, he is a murderer. He is a thief. He is all these things. He's a pirate. But we know that James McGraw is in there somewhere. We know how hurt he's been. We know how wronged he's been. And you know, from history, we do know that eventually the larger idea of this goal of independence comes through. He's just about 50 years too early on that wide scale. But when the effort to free Maddie failed, he didn't have another argument. He didn't come at Silver with another plan. There was no alternative. Now, maybe things happened too fast, and maybe he put so much stock in that one plan succeeding that there really wasn't any sort of backup. And then when they saw her through the scope, and the treasure was immediately brought up, and he knew that he had been betrayed, I suppose is the word. So that maybe then he realized that what's the point in proposing another idea to Silver and being put on the spot in front of all the men, being undermined in front of all of them. So I don't know, but even in this sort of snippets of private conversation that we had with what's his face, whose name I'm forgetting, but I know who that pirate is, and that guy was really loyal to Silver too. Even in those scenes, we didn't really have an alternative. Like, what if not this? What is Flint expecting them to do? Really, what is the plan? It doesn't, other than trust me, there doesn't seem to be a plan. I don't know. Normally I would be so on Flint's side in just about everything, but because there hasn't been any sort of, you know, Flint makes his case kind of scenes, I'm a little where Silver is. Not quite as bad. I do not want them fighting. I do not want them split. It's done. I would also, if Flint has an alternate plan, that he should do his thing. Be convincing. Make a case. But he hasn't done that. So I'm pretty much disappointed in everybody. But I still love everybody. Except for Billy. And Woodes Rogers. Those guys. Oh, man. But I, was so touched at the beginning of the episode where Flint was saying these things to Silver, saying that Maddie is not, worth the cost of the, obviously if you choose between the two, you choose Maddie. They should rule together over this new world. And then, yeah. And I know that Israel was right, but I'd still question, like, why is he so vehemently anti-Flint? I mean, he is right in that only one person can be on top, can be the figurehead, can be calling the shots. But he is very anti-Flint. I mean, he's clearly thrown his lot in with Silver. Long John Silver is his man, and he's hunting Flint now. And it's sad because I recognize those other guys on the boat. They've been there from the beginning, following Flint. They've not been characters that you really get to hear from, sort of what their, concerns are about Flint. Were they totally loyal to him all the time, or were they, some of the ones that were like, no, he doesn't know what he's doing, or we don't have faith in him anymore. But just to see the faces of the guys who have been there from the beginning hunting him down is really disturbing. So, yeah. We'll see how this goes. Oh, my God. Now, speaking of only one person being able to, rule over everything and have that seat at the top. I was both surprised and not surprised at Max's choice to take a hard pass. But it seems clear to me that she saw the position that Eleanor had moved into. Eleanor had started from that position of being the one that called the shots, being the one at the top. And then she did do what she had to do in order to save her life, but she scaled way back and attached herself to Woodes Rogers. How much of that is opportunity? How much of that was real feeling? I do think she loved him. Despite not knowing his true self. And I just think that Max did not want to go that route. You know, in addition to her own experience of doing so much work to claw her way to the top, only to be the silent partner yet again, and not officially the one in charge, of putting her life in someone else's hands and trusting that person to do right by her and to do right by Nassau. And I think she knows better. Especially in an arranged marriage. Honestly. I just think she was through taking that route of being that manipulative. It's one of the few times that I've watched Max as a character and thought this is 100% she's telling the truth. This is who she is. This is what she believes. Max, I as you know, if you've ever listened to any of these commentaries before, I always kind of raise that question. Just because she's just she's a survivor. It's admirable, but she was willing to do anything pretty much. And she has realized that that is not the way. So I take her at her word. I do believe her this time. And it was a really touching scene with the two of them. I don't know how much Anne will ever really trust her again. Maybe they will forge another bond. Not sure. But I really enjoyed all the Max scenes. Really interesting to see her interact with Grandma Guthrie. And it's something I wrote down. It's something that I don't think I brought it up before in all my babblings. Just how much Grandma Guthrie reminded me of Eleanor. And I'm so glad that was discussed, because I was like, you too, you are birds of a feather. Definitely the Guthrie women are a lot alike. In Grandma Guthrie's plan, as much as Max was going to be manipulating her husband from behind the scenes and being the real ruler of Nassau, I think in addition to Max resisting that way of life, I think she knew that Grandma Guthrie would be really the one whispering in Max's ear. Like, she would have she was making too many deals with the devil. And I think that that'll be really fascinating to see how all the rest of this plays out. Does it affect what Jack does now? Can they go forward with this deal? Like, are they separate parts of the deal? Like, what if Jack takes out Flint? I don't think he will. But if he does, if he were to have done that, would there still be some sort of a bargain without the Max? I don't know. So yeah, I'm really, really interested in seeing how all that turns out. We only have 2 more episodes for it to come to a head. I said in the reaction, I don't know what's going to make it into YouTube, but I was just admiring Anne. Anne I have always really liked. She's one of the few characters that just absolutely, she has no patience for bullshit. She's so straightforward, and she's so practical, and she's just so like, listen. I really admire her for that. And it was such an interesting scene with she and Adele. Adele is always one of these characters. She's just kind of always there. She's an ancillary character, not even really a supporting character. She comes like as a package deal with Featherstone, and to a degree Max. But that was a fantastic scene that she had. And like just throwing down with her Max advocacy and pointing out not only how loyal that Adele was to Max, despite the fact that Anne killed Charlotte. I love that came up. Like, hello. And also to give Anne an idea of that she could trust Max again. I wouldn't say that Max has maybe done a complete 180. I think you still have to, her trust still has to be earned a little more, but this goes a long way towards that step. The Adele speech plus what Max said about passing on this deal, I think. I've always kind of liked Adele. Never had really a reason to dislike her, but I love that they gave her this. Even if it's late in the game, it was a great scene for her to have. And she rocked it. I have no idea why, but I've always loved Mrs. Mapleton. I mean, I don't know. She's as crazy and crafty as the rest of them. And I just love that she's still hanging on at the edges, still playing part when she needs to. I don't know why I like her so much, but I'm glad she's around. And I was thinking throughout this past season, I was like, I wonder, I wondered who of all the townspeople that we have seen, such as Mrs. Mapleton, who survived that Spanish just burning to the ground? Like, who made it? Because they were killing indiscriminately. And I don't think that she was in the fort. I mean, obviously she's made it through, but she was one of those characters during those episodes that I was like, did they kill everyone? Did people survive? What the hell? I was just really excited to see her again. So we'll see if she pops up in the next 2 episodes once more. Who knows? But she's cool. Neva, I have a note or two about Woodes Rogers. I don't scribble really detailed notes. I just sort of jot things down, hoping it'll spark my memory. And I don't remember what I wanted to say about him. I do think that he has lost a lot of clout in Nassau. That scene where whoever that advisor was, the council, really rang true to me, because he is the one that let loose an indiscriminate horde upon the town, and they were killing people with no regard to alliances. So why would anyone in that town have any kind of loyalty to him now? I'm surprised there's any structure left at all there. There's no, is there anyone in charge of commerce at all? I mean, he's supposed to be, but are there, with all this stuff going on? Are they making money? What's happening? I mean, I would expect that island just to be in chaos. And it doesn't seem like it's that bad. But I think that with Eleanor's death, it doesn't seem like he has much interest in really doing his job as a governor anymore. He just wants revenge. He just wants to burn everything to the ground. Not just Nassau. Anyone who would cross him or think badly of him, I think that he is just an unchecked psycho at this point. And it kind of sickens me that Billy has gone down this path and chosen to align himself with him. Ugh. So disappointing. All right, guys, that's it for me today. I feel very worn out. I'm very worried. Thanks so much for watching this one with me. If you enjoyed the reaction, please feel free to give it a like, a share, and a subscribe. Full reactions are on Patreon, and be sure to join me for episode 9. All right, thanks, guys. Bye.